Hello, this short tutorial will talk to you about credibility of information. Specifically, we will look at the CRAP test and how it relates to the resources that you find through ICC Library or through the open internet. The CRAP test focuses on 4 areas of questions: currency, reliability, authority, and purpose and point of view. In this tutorial, we are just going to look at the first 2 areas. For currency, the 3 main questions are: how recent is this information? How recently has the website been updated? And is it current enough for your topic? When looking at currency, you want to look and make sure that the information is as up to date as possible. You want to make sure that the dates are provided with the information and that it is following along with what you expect to see relating to the topic at hand. Next, you're going to want to look and see when the article was published or when the website was most recently updated. This can usually be found either at the top of the article or the bottom of the website. Looking for this date will help you understand how current it is. Once you find these dates, you're going to want to focus on the third question: is it current enough for your topic? And this boils down to if something has changed since the topic that you are looking at to make the resource or the article irrelevant. Let me explain further. Usually in academia, we look for information from the last 3 to 5 years, simply because information changes so rapidly. Many of your instructors will ask for those dates. However, there are cases where this is not necessary. If you are looking at an example or a theory that is older than that time period, but nothing has changed on that theory since it was originally published, the date of when that was published will still be valid when looking for the information. So you'll want to know the details and the context of what you're looking for to determine whether or not something has changed and when the date range is most appropriate. For the second area, we are going to look at reliability. The 3 main questions here are: what kind of information is included in the resource? Is content of the resource primarily opinion, and is it balanced? And does the creator provide references or sources for data or quotations? So these really boil down to whether or not the information is based on fact or opinion, and whether or not the author references their sources. And you'll be able to determine this in several different ways. First, it's okay that there's opinion in a source. All sources are going to have some sort of opinion because they're written by a human, and all humans put their own opinion into their writing. But you want to focus on the facts at hand. And so make sure that the author is using facts and data and quotations to back up their opinion of what they're saying. And to determine whether these facts are reliable, that's where you're going to look for the references or the citations. Often in a web article or a website, you will find links and hot links directly to the sources of information that they're looking at. In an academic database, you will look for the footnotes, endnotes, or bibliography to tell you where that information came from. In this way, you can find where they got their information and whether or not these are reliable sources that you can focus on. These are the first 2 areas of the CRAP test. You will find out about the second 2 in our next tutorial. Thank you.